Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to use a silicone mold and how to create this cloudy watercolor effect. I've got my fondant here that I've coloured the colour that I need my fondant pattern to be, and I've chosen a gold gel food colour by Americolor to do that. I've taken my silicone mold, laid it over my fondant that I've rolled out really thin, try to get as thin as you can, maybe 1 mil in thickness, and then cutting it out the same size as my mold. I'm going in with my Crisco all vegetable shortening, rubbing it between my fingers, and then spreading it all over my silicone mold here, or a silicone mat, however you like to call it. And it's got some raised areas, and that's going to cut through our fondant. Make sure the whole thing is very well covered. Then take your fondant, which I've rolled out even thinner, place it directly over, and using a rolling pin, just kind of massage that fondant onto your silicone mold. I go in different directions as well, just to make sure I get really good coverage. And when you see those raised areas come through completely, your fondant has been cut and you're sweet to start taking it out. I like to take out the negative spaces first. It just makes that a lot easier when you're taking out the whole pattern. Then turn that upside down and then grab your silicone and pull it back, just kind of peeling it off the fondant. I'm using a tool here just to kind of ease out the fondant, and because we added that Crisco vegetable shortening, nothing's gonna, the fondant won't stick in the mold, it's gonna come out very nicely. Once you've got about 1/6 of the pattern, grab your silicone and fold it back on itself as tightly as you can and rolling it back, and this will release your fondant very easily. And that's how you use it. Very easy to use these things. Then let that rest for at least 20-25 minutes, and in the meantime we'll add the watercolor effect onto our cake. Now I've covered my cake in fondant already, and I've used gel food color here, watered down with some vodka. Just making little clouds all along the side of the cake. Then I'm cleaning off my brush with some water. I'm going to dry it on a paper towel and then go into some vodka that's uncolored, and then just make small circular motions all over. Well, not really all over, just in different places of your red here. And that'll water down some of the sections. It'll create a lot more depth, I think. Just a lot more shape and dimension. I'm leaving areas nice and dark. I'm not worried about the droplets coming through. I think that gives it a really nice kind of effect. And here I'll go in with the blue. So I've used blue, red and purple for this cake. Again, just small circular motions, and cleaning off your brush every time you go in again if you're going to water down the areas. And then with the purple I've done the opposite. I've started lightly and then I'm going into the edges with some dark gel colour here that's still watered down with vodka, just not as much, so it's coming through a lot darker. Then dip it into your vodka or your alcohol or your rose water if you can't use vodka, and just small circular motions to dilute it. Now after about 25 minutes, this fondant becomes nice and flexible, but it doesn't change shape, it doesn't stretch. That's why we let it rest. It's a lot easier to apply this way. I'm going to hit it with my steamer until it's nice and tacky, and then I'm adding on some champagne gold edible gold dust by Creative Cake Decorating, and then using a blush brush to dust it all over my pattern here. I've taken a circle cutter and I've cut out some shapes, and I'm going to apply this onto my cake in the circular shape that I've cut out here. You could use a negative as well if you're game, but I think the circle's a lot easier. I'm going to hit the cake with my steamer again, just make it nice and tacky, and then apply your fondant pattern directly on top. And I added a couple of different sized circles onto my cake as well. And then when I saw these empty spaces, I went in with just one of those flakes or petals, or what do you call? I don't know what these are called, but I'm going to call them flakes. And then in different areas, I'm going in with different colors. So in the blue, I might add just a little bit of pink and a little bit of purple, just to change it up a little bit. And you're done. Very easy. So you decorate a fondant cake using some watercolor, Again, it's just gel food color with vodka or rose water if you can't use vodka. The silicone molds are super easy to use. I mean, they look daunting when you first buy one. It's like, oh my god, how am I going to use this thing? It's like all flimsy. But it's very easy to use as long as you follow those steps. So your fondant is nice and thin, and you've added a nice protective layer on your silicone tool of the vegetable shortening to make sure it doesn't stick. As long as you follow those steps, make sure to let it dry so as you pick it up it doesn't stretch and misshape and it's only flexible. Then you're sweet. Very easy to do. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I will catch you next time. If you like the little cake topper, I do sell those on my website, rosiesdesertspot.com.